that's a big one. All right.
That's huge.
Let him go.
I kissed him. Elijah, I feel like you're gonna cry when you let him go.
All right, guys, this is what we're gonna be using today. All right, it's gonna be the Fluke. This is a great lure, guys. You see, it's pretty basic. All right, it's just a regular fish shape. It's got a little forked tail. It's got a little opening right here in the belly for you to hide your hook in. This guy's phenomenal, guys. There's a lot of ways you can use it. A lot of people just slap this on the back of a chatterbait or a spinnerbait and use it as a trailer. Some people will put like a ball head jig and they'll swim it. What I do, guys, is I actually use a size 3 round worm hook right here. This is a really light gauge. It's about the lightest gauge I can find. That's what you want when you're using this lure. I'm gonna show you how to rig it up here real quick, guys. So you wanna do is you wanna take it and you wanna push the hook right into the center of it, just like that right there. And then you just wanna bring it right back out. You're gonna push this down, you're gonna turn it until it locks in right there. It's all right if that goes in there, all right? You're gonna have this tied on and your string's gonna come out. I like to have that buried inside the bait. After that, guys, you're gonna bring it back here and you're just gonna push the hook through the belly and into the middle of the bait, just like this right here, and then pull it back and expose it. And that's it right there, guys. This is how I run my Fluke. I run a weightless like this. All right, you're gonna wanna cast this out. Far or short, it doesn't matter. Just get it out there. And then you're just gonna lightly reel in, right? You're gonna lightly reel in and you're gonna twitch the rod with it. And as you twitch it, each twitch, it's gonna cause the bait to jerk one way, right? If you twitch this way, it's gonna go that way. If you twitch that way, it's gonna go that way, okay? But what happens on that twitch is you twitch it and it's gonna kick sideways, and then all by itself, it's gonna die down and it's gonna wanna turn and come back the other way. And as long as you have this light gauge hook right here, the bait's not gonna get like pulled down into the water column from the weight of the hook. That's why I love to have the lightweight hook. So real nice and slowly, and keep an eye on your bait, all right? This is gonna be like this close to the water surface, all right? You're gonna be able to see this lure in most conditions, unless you're fishing extremely muddy waters, which I don't recommend using this during that time. You wanna use this here in clear to low visibility, but you want some visibility because you want to be able to see this, all right? So you're gonna reel it in slow. It's gonna come in like this right here. You're gonna twitch it, it's gonna kick, and it's gonna move either sideways or it's gonna go backwards, right? So one of the ways, it's gonna go back the opposite way. And when you see it start to go back the other way, hit it with another twitch. Gotta kick it back in, all right? And you wanna keep this little side-to-side drift, like this right here, all the way in until it's at your feet, guys. And if you do this, I promise you, you're gonna catch some bass. In low water conditions, high heat, like I say, today, it's cold, but it's been in the 90s. This water feels great. All right, guys, let's get in here, see what we can catch. There we go. Got him. Just like it, guys. That's what makes the Fluke so fun. He just came out of nowhere. And we got him. There we go. It's a beautiful smallmouth to start the morning on the Fluke. Alright, guys, that's the first one of the morning. He's about 10 inches. Let's get him on up out of here. You just never know where a fish is going to be sitting at. He was right there in front of me. I was getting ready to just walk on through here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and fish this right in front of me real quick. Slow down for a little bit. Moving a little too fast this morning. Yeah, what do you guys say? I say we take our time today, fish a little methodically, see what we can catch. I mean, we're in here by ourselves. We don't have to worry about being pushed by anyone, nothing like that. I got the feeling we can find some good fish in here today. The water is super low. So it's usually a really difficult time to fish, and it really is. You got to watch what you use. Not everything works when the water's like this. I mean, of course, I couldn't get away with the crankbait in here. This is way too shallow for something like that. Let's see, these flukes, they just drift around everywhere out there, especially on these light hooks. It does not take very much to send these things into action. You just kind of want to move real slow with it. Real slow, everything. and just let the lure just sit out there and glide and twitch around. Got him. Over here, I don't want to drag him across these rocks. Hopefully he didn't come off. Settle down there, buddy. I'll get that right on up out of you. He whopped her a good one. You was almost off there, weren't you? Open your mouth so I can see. There we go. Another little fluky bass. Little guy. Back on in there. It may be all we see today is these little ones. Just these big ones just aren't reacting. I had a couple good ones come to my bait, but they never actually took it. Right there. Two big smallmouths. Heading for that tree over there in that structure. I seen them. There's two big smallmouth over there. He ain't gonna hit. Oh my God. I got him. I got him. Look at that nonsense. Oh, chill out there, bro. It's the second best one of the morning. I can't believe that just happened. There we go, guys. That was pretty sweet right there. All right, let's get him up out of here.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth and good will come to you.
Well, guys, we're getting back in here. Caught a couple so far. I've seen a couple big ones, but they just don't want to react. Everything seems to be spooked before I even get to it. I don't know if it being Labor Day weekend, that all the pressure we got over the weekend just made us tough fishing today. But I mean, we're catching some, so that's a good sign. You know, the water is extremely low. We just had another temperature shift, so it's been like high 90s, mid 90s for like the last week and a half. And then I get up today, guys, and it's 60 stinking degrees. So I expect these fish to be a little finicky today. It's one of the reasons why I use the fluke. All right, the fluke is just phenomenal for this, guys. It's got that perfect drift. It's slow. It stays in the strike zone a little longer than most baits. Whew. Highly recommend it, guys. Tie one on, give it a shot. Just remember to use a wire gauge hook. Don't get a big old thick gauge hook. All right, we're not targeting 10+ pound bass out here. All right, we're like at the best, we're probably going to catch a 5-pounder, right? This is creek and river fishing. Use those small lightweight hooks, guys. It'll help this bait glide. It'll help it glide in shallow water. It'll help keep it from diving down. And that's like two of the main things that you want to keep this thing from doing. All right, guys, stick around. Let's see what else we catch. Oh. Come on. Got him. It's a pretty good one. He's not bad at all. No, he's not bad at all. He ain't the big one I seen, but he'll do. There we go. Probably the best one of the morning. Saw an absolute unit up there. But this guy here, he's still beautiful. He'll do. All right, let's get him up out of here. See you later, buddy. Hey, wish there would have been the big one though. There's a monster in there, guys. I'm not gonna be able to get him to hit, especially now that I hooked that fish. There is a monster in here. He spooked when I landed back over there. Took off on me. Alright. We'll let him calm down a little bit and try for another one. There we go. That's a good one. We ain't losing you, bro. That's a big fish. That's a real big fish. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Nice one, nice one, nice one. God, it's one of them nice ones. Throw down, buddy. There we go. Finally got us a 15, 16 incher. He come through there and smoked it. Yeah, he did. It's a beautiful fish. All right, let's get him up out of here.
Trusting your instincts, realize that knowing looks different to each. When living authentic, do more exploring, deeper than knowing just what is essential for life that is thriving. Go deep, mute out the chatter, feel it, burn off the fire, let go until there's peace to your core. Live a life you adore.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on the episode. So remember, guys, when the water's really low and the temperature's just not right and the bass are seeming very finicky, try using a fluke, guys, on a light wire gauge hook. Float it around, let it glide around out there and see what you can catch. I bet you guys, if you try this in your pressured ponds, your pressured creeks, and your pressured river systems, that you will catch you some fish at any level. You know, when I very first started bass fishing, that was like the very first plastic I learned how to use. It was either that or the Texas rig crawl, which I believe it was the fluke. I started out with worms and they worked great, but I was using a pre-rigged worm and I really couldn't throw it on nothing but a spin cast or an open face reel. And I really wanted to use bait casters, right? So I had to learn how to use a plastic that I could throw on a bait caster, and the fluke was the first one. And I used to catch so many largemouth bass, guys, in places where everyone else was struggling. And I didn't know why. I thought maybe because it was the greatest lure in the world, but really, the fluke is just the greatest lure for pressured fish. All right, guys, see you on the next one.